Interesting. Those are success stories because Samsung was in the low end. They could have stayed in the low end and be the leader of electronics in the low end. But they jumped to the high end with success, as you say. Do you have examples of companies that have continued in the low end with success and that's also appropriate? And what's the impact or the implications for Mr. Brown? Do you have to systematically go for the high end? Is there the money, or you can make money at the bottom of the pyramid?
Great question. And let's go back to the Samsung example, because I think there was a tough question of if they had stayed in the low end, could they have been successful?
Yes.
In that particular case, if you step back and look at consumer electronics, which is the game they were in, that was a business that had 10 to 12% margins in the mid-90s, and it's now down to 2% or 1% today. Samsung may not have been able to be successful at the low end because customer power was so great from the big retailers, and because new Asian competitors had extraordinarily low costs. For example, Apex versus Sony, that they may not have been successful, and the move up was perhaps the only move they could make.
Okay.
In many other industries, however, you can be very successful at the low end. And to think of Mr. Brown and the furniture business, there is a very, very big market there, but you may have to develop a radically different business model to succeed. Case in point, IKEA is phenomenally successful at extremely low price points. But look at the business design that they have built. They've built a network of suppliers that are ultra low cost. They have built a logistical system that is extremely low cost. They have the customers come to their store and take furniture that needs to be assembled at home by the customer. So they have built a fantastic business in furniture at the low end, but with a very different business design than the traditional models.
Yeah, with IKEA, you build your own furniture and you're happy about it, and they save the money of the
Precisely.
labor cost.
So you can absolutely be successful at the low end. Unilever is doing it with India, Bharti is doing it in telecommunications, but you have to ask the question, what is it that the customer wants and will pay for?
Yes.
And how do I create both an economic structure and a pricing structure that makes it possible to be profitable? And in certain domains, low-cost consumer electronics, it may not be possible. There are domains in the economy, airlines is one, consumer electronics is another, that are no profit zones. Memory chips for most players are no profit zones. So you have to step back and ask the fundamental question, will any supplier be allowed to make money in this industry? And if so, what's the specific business design that I have to build that makes it customer's number one choice, but with the economics to create profitability because of cost position and pricing power?